Okay. So, who would like to go at number one?
Should I go first, ma'am?
Yes.
Describe a long car journey you went on, or a long car journey you remember very well.
All right.
So, should I start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
I remember 2 years ago, we went for a long journey to Dewsbury, which is in Yorkshire, and to get a break from our monotonous routine, we went there, and it was a journey of 4 hours from my home in Hereford, and it was a very lovely journey because there was a beautiful scenic views on our way. And I went with my husband who was driving the car, and with my son who was 8 months old back then. So when we went there, we stayed to our friend's place. They have got a lovely family and a lovely house, and we stayed there for 3 nights and explored so many places in Yorkshire. And we went to Blackpool and also to the Trafford Center in Manchester, and it was a lovely experience and a memorable time. And we went to that journey by car because we wanted to enjoy the view, and also the trains are very much expensive, so we cannot afford train. Uh, and car is much more affordable, and and it was a very nice journey. Though my son was like not happy with the car seat, and he was very much uncomfortable in the car, so we had to stop to every service station which came across by, and so that he can walk and he can like get a break from the car and car seat. And it got a bit tough at the end, and we had to like, and everybody was, and they were keep calling us why you got late. And we started our journey like at 2 in the afternoon and got there by 6. So it took us like 4 or 5 to 5 hours, and it was like a good sunny day, and we
Okay,
had a
okay, okay, okay. So you've spoken full 2 minutes. It was very good. I felt at one time in the beginning that you are not focusing more on the journey, but then you did focus on the journey also. Okay, you started talking about the destination, what places you visited there, and then you came
yes
back to
because
the journey, and that
yes
was good. Okay,
yes ma'am
so you
yes
have
ma'am I was looking at the cues, and it was saying like where you went, what you did at that place. So yes, and I wanted to make sure that I speak on everything. So
Yes.
yes.
So the journey should be focused more upon and on the way whatever you did, and you did a pretty good job of it. I'll give the feedback. Where you use the reported speech, it came out wrong. So that is my tip to all the students. You know, my very first student who used to go wrong in the reported speech, and I used to tell him, don't use this in the cue card. Why are you bringing the reported speech? When my friends called us, and why are you getting late? Asked us why we were getting late. Okay, that is the reported speech that came wrong, and he got an 8.5 in speaking. So that was the first student I remember. He used to make these ek uski won ki galti thi WON, the pronunciation is one. He used to say won. I always used to tell him to avoid using this word in the speaking and to avoid the reported speech. So reported speech came wrong, otherwise the whole cue card was very good. Just listen to it.
And you remember very well.
All right.
So should I start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
I remember 2 years ago, we went for a long journey to Dewsbury, which is in Yorkshire, and to get a break from our monotonous routine, we went there, and it was a journey of 4 hours from my home in Hereford, and it was a very lovely journey because there was a beautiful scenic views on our way. And I went with my husband who was driving the car, and with my son who was 8 months old back then. So when we went there, we stayed to our friend's place. They have got a lovely family and a lovely house, and we stayed there for 3 nights and explored so many places in Yorkshire. And we went to Blackpool and also to the Trafford Center in Manchester. And it was a lovely experience and a memorable time. And we went to that journey by car because we wanted to enjoy the view, and also the trains are very much expensive, so we cannot afford train. Uh, and Car is much more affordable.
So we could not afford. Okay.
And and it was a very nice journey. Though my son was like not happy with the car seat, and he was very much uncomfortable in the car. So we had to stop to every service station which came across by, and so that he can walk and he can like get a break from the car and car seat. And it got a bit tough at the end, and we had to like, and everybody was, and they were keep calling us why you got late, and we started our journey
They called us and asked us many times why we were getting late. Okay.
at 2 in the afternoon and got there by 6. So it took us like 4 or 5 to 5 hours.
So, Preeti, you are speaking pretty good, pretty well. You spoke the whole cue card very nicely. I don't have any doubt of a 7, but if these mistakes don't come up, you can even go an 8 or 8 plus. All right. So just mind these mistakes. They're just very occasional mistakes and not an issue at all. Okay. Who is next? Surinder? Yes. Which cue card?
Hi, good evening, ma'am. Describe a water sport you would like to try in the future.
Okay. You can start.
Well, I have tried various water sports in my life. Here I'm going to talk about one water sport that I haven't tried yet. That is none other than the scuba diving. I would like to try the similar activity when I will visit to the city of Dubai, that is in UAE. In the future after my graduation, I'll definitely try the scuba diving because I have seen number of celebrities performing the similar activity in the city of Dubai. Scuba diving is like really convenient in Dubai because scuba diving is performed in an aquarium in the building called Qatar building in the Dubai city. One can easily try. Not only one can explore the marine life, but also one can have a fabulous view of dolphins in the aquarium. The befitting reason that I will be trying the the scuba diving in the city of Dubai because the trainers who just like guide are like very good, and they are having up to date material so that one can easily try the scuba diving in the aquarium. I have the scuba diving in my bucket list that I made in the initial days of the year that I will perform the activity in the upcoming year, and I will definitely try uh, the scuba diving. I think it is not like a very hard task to do, but I will try my best to perform the scuba diving, and it would be a task full of fun, and I would swim a lot, and I would be performing different kinds of movements in the water by trying the scuba diving. I
All
would not
right.
only
All right. That is 2 minutes.
I'm
Just
really sorry for using the word similar, but I
हाँ,
replaced it.
डांट पढ़ने वाली थी तेरे को
But
पहले बोल दिया
I
ओके जस्ट गिव मी 1 मिनट ऐसे बोली कि बाहर भी घुमा आ रहा है हाँ किथे लगी लगी बात है एक और अंदर आ गया मेरी क्लास चल रही है बस अच्छा चंदा दाल दो ना तड़का ना लाएंगे आपके ना लाएंगे जीरा और येलो कलर भी है अच्छा हल्दी का नमक है I'm sorry. All right. Now the feedback is there for you. I'm sorry if I had to go for a minute.
Well, I have tried various water sports in my life. Here I'm going to talk about one water sport that I haven't tried yet. That is none other than the scuba diving. I would like to try the similar activity when I will visit to the city of Dubai.
अच्छा बट बेटे आपकी दो ही गलतियां थी विजिट के बाद टू नहीं लगता विजिट दुबई ओके एंड
Okay,
सिमिलर आपने फिर तीन चार जगह यूज कर दिया विच वाज टोटली रॉन्ग
ठीक है
आपको
मैम.
स्कूबा डाइविंग करनी है ना स्नॉर्कलिंग तो नहीं करनी विच इज सिमिलर
Okay,
okay so you are talking of scuba diving na it is scuba diving I would like
ठीक
to
है
try
मैम.
scuba diving okay कि कोई सिमिलर एक्टिविटी ढूंढी हुई है आपने उसके जैसी पर वो
नहीं
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 हाँ ठीक है
नहीं, बट आई ट्राइड माई बेस्ट के नहीं रिपीट करूँ ये वर्ड
आपने ट्राई
सिमिलर.
बेस्ट ट्राई
तो
करा
मैंने
फिर चार बार बोल दिया पता नहीं इससे अच्छा क्या ट्राई करोगे ओके बीच में और भी जगह बोला है
ओके.
ठीक है so just do away with this word there is no need of this word for you okay who is next well uh Saman would you like to speak
Ma'am, should I go?
yes why not
And
which
I wanted to
paper?
say that I got a call from the doctor, so I was disconnected with you. I'm very sorry for that.
Okay so are you free now to speak for
Yes,
2 minutes
yes, I am. Yes, ma'am, I am. Give me a
okay.
yes, give me a minute. 1 minute, ma'am.
Then somebody else can speak before you and you can take the next turn okay
Ma'am, yes, yes, sure.
who else would like to speak Fauzia Hina Akshay
Ma'am, today is my first day, so I am
Hina doesn't matter.
listening.
Okay, that's fine. Priyanka, Mehak, Pooja, Hitesh. I've taken all the names. Nobody wants to speak.
Should I go now?
Yes, Hina. Yes, Aman. Are you ready?
Uh, yes, ma'am.
All,
Describe an activity that made you feel tired.
all right. You may begin.
So, it started at my home when I moved to a new place. It was in February 2021, and we had to paint our house, the whole house, and we had a deadline of 5 days. And my husband started painting, but he was busy at work, so I just took part in it, and I started painting the house. It was my first time, and having a toddler and painting the house was a very daunting task for me and to achieve the target. I started by doing the living room and uh, and it just took me 3 days and the staircasing and then as we had people to come from Birmingham to put a new carpet in our house and uh, it was very much difficult for me to do the painting and everything and I used to do it till 2 in the morning and start moving everything out in the back garden and I found that task activity to be very difficult and very hard for me to do it on my own and I needed some help but I didn't have at that time so uh, and as I took part in it because nobody was there and my husband was busy at his work. So we got all the material for it and the brushes and paints and everything. And then when it came, and I was able to do it only in 5 days. And when I had the turn to do it in my bedroom and living room, the carpet people then came and they installed the carpet. And still, I haven't got that time to do the paint the walls. Uh, and it made me really very tired and exhausted and I never did it in my life before that and whenever now everybody comes and they really appreciate my effort that I have done a good job by painting the whole living room
All right,
and
all
it
right. Saman, 2 minutes. Saman, you spoke very well. Okay. It was very well. There were a couple of minor errors here and there, which I'll tell you in your feedback. Okay.
Feel tired.
All right. You may begin.
So it started at my home when I moved to a new place. It was in February 2021, and we had to paint our house, the whole house, and we had a dead time of 5 days. And my husband started painting, but he was busy at work, so I just took part in it, and I started painting the house. It was
I just took part in it. I just took over from him. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My first time, and having a toddler and painting the house was a very daunting task for me. And to achieve the target, I started by doing the living room and living room, and it just took me 3 days and the staircasing, and then as we had people to come from Birmingham to put a new carpet in our house, and it was very much difficult for me to do the painting and everything, and I used to do it till 2 in the morning, and start moving everything out in the back of and I found that task activity to be very difficult and very hard for me to do it on my own, and I needed some help, but I didn't have at that time. So uh, and I took part in it because nobody was there and my husband was busy at his work. So we got all the material for it and the brushes and paints and everything. And then when it came, and I was able to do it only in 5 days. And when I
wasn't able to do ना. You was able नहीं. You were able नहीं. आपने तो end में बोला it wasn't yet done.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
हाँ.
Trying to do it in my bedroom and living room. The carpet people then came and they installed the carpet, and still I haven't got that time.
I hadn't got the time. Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am. The wall, and it made me really very tired and exhausted, and I never did it in my life.
I had never done it before in my life. This was the first time. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. For that, and never now.
So you can hear, you can add that we had tried to save some money by doing this work ourselves, because it would have cut a big hole in our pocket had we hired people to do it, professionals to do it.
Yes, ma'am. That was a point, big point, because it is
Yes,
very
you
expensive.
should you could speak that, na? You could have spoken that.
Yes, I missed
Mhm.
that. Sorry,
We
ma'am.
tried to save money, but then in the end, I felt that it had been really, really tiring and tough for me, and we should have hired somebody else to do it. That way, you could just have given your opinion. It doesn't matter. You'll have some, and someone, although you are speaking very well. I get a feeling that you somehow don't, you want to go on and on and on, speak a lot. There's no need to speak a lot. You can give natural pauses.
All
There was
right, ma'am.
no, yes,
Yes,
you should give natural pauses. In 2 minutes, if you speak around 20 sentences, you will have around 16, 17 seconds as natural pauses. You'll have to speak much less. You speak very well. Okay?
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you don't need to like and you were like in a hurry to go on, go on, go on, go on. This won't matter at all, okay? As it is, you began very naturally, you went on very naturally, but the natural pauses were missing, as if you wanted to, speak more and more, more and more. It doesn't matter. You speak less, but if you cover all the cues, it's done as far as you are concerned. And
Yes,
don't give
ma'am.
lengthy pauses, okay?
And they really appreciate my effort that I have done a good job.
See, they really appreciated that I had done a good job. Okay.
By painting the whole living room.
All right, all
And
right.
it's
So that is it. Good. Okay. All right. Yes. Who's next? Palvinder, you want to speak? Akshay, Fauzia, Hina. Are you okay? You heard two students now. Would you like to speak? Pooja?
Ma'am, I want to ask these, ma'am,
Yes, yes, I'm listening.
ma'am, everybody who are speaking about these cue cards. These are not displayed on this
I have
chart.
displayed. I have displayed. Can't you see? Oh, they spoke something else. That is what you mean.
Yes, ma'am.
So
These are
they are my old students. They have spoken in every speaking session so far, and they might have spoken the ones on this page. So they spoke something else. It doesn't matter. I've just opened one page in front of you so that sometimes students then tell me, okay, madam, give me a cue card. Then I give a cue card. Then 1 minute they want or 2 minutes they want to prepare.
ma'am. These cue cards we can choose our choice.
Yes, you can choose any one. All these are important. You can get any one of them. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
These are from
Okay.
the guesswork file, na? This guesswork file will change from January to April. New cue cards are going to be added, but there'll be only 20% change. All the rest will be there. So this
O-
file is very important, even if you have to sit for the test in January. Okay?
okay, ma'am.
Yes. Anything else?
I want. Thank you, ma'am. I want to take this test in Feb.
Okay, then you have time, na? You should prepare. Try
Yes,
to
ma'am.
speak. You can do self-recording on your phone for 2 minutes. Make yourself speak for 2 minutes. That will be one hurdle crossed. Then after you are done with all the cue cards, 2 minutes, you have the matter to speak. After that,
Ma'am, these when we choose these cue cards, we can help from Google for about these.
no, this file, I'll sure this file is now
No, no, me,
so
not file. Only cue card.
cue card, which help do you need?
Ma'am, all these you are displaying on.
Yes, what help do you need for
I
IELTS?
want to.
If you want to talk on any idea or if you are lacking anything, there is full PDF in which you can find the answer and get the idea. If you don't find anything, you can read and you can just
If
learn.
you can't think of any idea of your own, you can read and get ideas from this PDF file. But it would be better if you make your original cue cards to speak and don't, just cram these and speak. These are just to give you some ideas as to how to go about these cue cards, how to talk on them. Many students, try to mug up these and speak. That doesn't help actually.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, it has to come very naturally. So supposing there's a long car journey and long car journey, you are in India, you are in my place like Jalandhar or Fagwada. For you, a long car journey would be to Delhi or someplace like 6, 7, 8 hours. If somebody is in UK, the long car journey will be from different places. If you are in Gujarat, how can you speak the long car journey to Delhi? People of Gujarat will not go by road to Delhi. It's not very convenient. It's a long distance. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Everybody will have, people in the south will have a different destination for a long car journey. So these are just ideas
Okay,
to
ma'am.
go about. Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Thank you,
You can
ma'am.
ask me questions regarding this, and you can ask me questions regarding any other thing for that matter, IELTS as a whole for that matter. One thing I have noticed, one thing I'm trying on nowadays, that if I've taken it on as a experiment for myself also, for my growth also. I've seen that there are certain students who are very, very weak, who are very average, and it is a very good idea. I've seen progress happening every single day with those students when I've tried to make them read aloud. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Reading aloud
Yes.
for half an hour every day really improves your English. You do
Okay,
not
ma'am.
need anybody to be sitting in front of you. Okay? Take a newspaper, today's newspaper, read aloud from first line to the last line. Okay?
Yes,
Read
ma'am.
aloud, aloud. Okay? And
Yes.
you will see the fluency improve day by day. Now, if you have to read aloud every day for half an hour, the best option for those students who are planning their test in a month or two would be to read aloud from the essay book, the letters book. Anything you read aloud, it should be English, okay?
Oh,
And then
yes, ma'am.
you'll be killing two birds with one stone if you'll be reading essays. You'll be imbibing ideas for the essays and also for the follow-up questions of speaking.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Read aloud in PTE. This is a task, read aloud. You must have heard
Actually,
of
ma'am, nowadays I am still at home, not doing my job, so I have no interaction with people's home.
you don't need any interaction, Hina. All you need
Yes.
to do is read aloud. Okay?
Okay,
You
ma'am.
can get it.
Yes.
Read aloud any English. You have the internet at your disposal, even if you don't have any book. You can just read aloud any articles, any interesting articles, read aloud any English novel you can pick up and read aloud. Okay? Read.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So if you are at home and
Thank you so
not
much.
going to any place, this will really help you every single day. You will find a change in yourself. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
a bit more
Yes.
confidence in yourself. I'm trying it on a couple of students. I'm making them read aloud every day. Okay.
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
told my
Yes.
teachers, every teacher gives that student 10 minutes. I have 4 or 5 offline teachers, and we've just taken and I just want to see the difference in a week. I'm not giving it a long experimental try. In a week, only those students in third day today, and the students are saying they're finding a difference in themselves,
Yes, ma'am.
in their understanding and in their so it is, a very good thing. And when you read aloud, you come across different articles. You can read aloud from the reading passages also. Anything. Okay. That will help.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you speak out one cue card? Okay. Give me any one. I'll not take the 1 minute. Give me any cue card. Hitesh. Which one? Any? Okay. All right. Describe an important decision you made. Should I speak on this?
Ma'am, you should speak on the bad service you ever received
Bad service I ever received.
in
All right.
restaurant.
All right. So in our day-to-day life, we get help from various people and we take the services of various people. And sometimes the experience is very good and sometimes it is not very good. So one such experience I got recently, my gas burner broke down and it was giving problems and there was some leakage from something and it was going to be very, very difficult and very dangerous also. So I called in a person to repair the gas stove and he opened and he did a diagnosis. And he said that he will have to take the burner home and he will get it repaired and he will charge me a hefty amount. He quoted. And I said, okay, because this was going to be very, very dangerous if that, gas was leaking. So I told him to take it home and repair it and get it back. So he got it repaired. And when he brought it back, it was shining like anything, as if I just bought it new. He fixed it, and at that time there was no leakage, and we got it fixed. The very second day, again, there was leakage, and I called him again and he refused to come. He said that he has set it right, and that then I told him that if something happens in our house, if any accident happens, he will be the person to blame. Whatever he quoted, I paid him. So he came the next day and he checked it and he said that it's fine. And then he went away. And the third day again, my maid told me that there was a lot of loud noise from the burner, and she had to close down the burner, and she did no cooking on that day. Then again I called him and then he told me that it's a 4 burner stove that I have. So he told me not to use that front burner, and it has been 17 days since then and he has not come to repair it. He has taken the entire amount from me. So this is a very bad service and now I'm looking for another person to get the burner repaired. So in life, we do come across things like that and we do face problems. So this was one bad service that I received. I don't know whether I've spoken for, yes, it is almost 2 minutes, right?
It was very good, ma'am.
Huh? It happened. It has happened. My maid is now cribbing. She says that, ma'am, the other side gas burner is not very good, and the chapatis are left, they're not completely being cooked from me from the sides because it's not a very good burner side that side, and this has to be, repair has to be done. Now that person is not coming. I'm looking for somebody else now. And he'll again, the new person will again charge me all over again. But that's okay. My safety and the people who are working for me, their safety is more important for me. So
Yes,
that's,
exactly.
yes, we have to sometimes, that is, and that
Yes, ma'am.
person, is not even now answering the phone. And but he otherwise he cleaned it all very properly. It was
Yes,
like
ma'am.
shining bright like a new stove. Anyways, but he didn't do a good job of the repair work.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yes, any other cue card? Anybody else wants to speak? We still have time. You can ask me to speak on any other difficult cue card that you feel you've you want to get ideas on. You can speak spontaneously. You can speak crowded place. You can say it's not difficult to find crowded places nowadays as the population is burgeoning. Traditional festival that is important in your country. Well, India is a diverse country and it's a country of festivals. And here I would like to talk about Deepavali, which is a traditional festival that is celebrated by one and all in my country. And then you can go on to speak about Deepavali. It is a festival of lights. On this day, Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile. And on this day, the sixth Guru of Sikhs, Guru Hargobind Ji, was set free from Gwalior jail along with 52 kings. And on this very day, Bali, uh, there's this myth also in the Hindu mythology that there was this demon who was killed. But anyways, those are very old things. And on this day, people prepare for this festival. Um, People start preparing for this festival a month in advance. They clean their houses. They do spring cleaning of the houses. They on the very day of Diwali, they burn crackers and light diyas in their houses, which look very beautiful. People also go to the places of worship. There are some bad practices also followed on this day. Some people gamble and drink on this day, which is not a good practice, but that is also common. And this Diwali, I bought gifts for all my staff, and we lit up our center very nicely. And we also made rangoli, and all the staff members did a very good job. They in all the centers, they had a beautiful rangoli designs, and they made it, and we let it there for around 15-16 days, even after Diwali, because it was giving a festive touch to the whole center. So that is it. You can go on to speak anything. You can see that it is not important that you go on to speak about Deepavali only, and you can go on to speak other things also, the way I've done. Any other? I would wish you people contribute in the speaking.
Ma'am, can you speak on myth?
A myth?
Yeah, black cat myth
Okay,
that
okay.
is popular
A
in
myth,
our
a
country.
myth that is popular in our country. Okay, okay, okay. Well,
Yes.
India is a
What is meaning of myth?
myth is a false belief. Okay,
Okay, okay.
superstition.
False belief.
Okay? Yes, a myth. It was a myth. It is not something true. It's a myth. Okay.
Is
Um,
this cue card, ma'am?
Pardon?
Is this a cue card, ma'am? Like the
I
cue.
don't know, but if she has asked me to speak, I can see. Or I want you to remove the fear of cue cards from your mind. I mean, it is not just that if you don't know how to speak on a myth, you can just say that India is a very diverse country, and there are many people who believe in such superstitions and myths. There is one such superstition which I feel is a superstition, but many people give a lot of weightage to it. Sometimes when somebody is going somewhere and a black cat crosses the way, they think that something bad is going to happen, so they stop their journey, pause their journey for a minute, and then continue. And I believe that there is nothing in such things. And there is another myth that if you're going somewhere and somebody calls you from behind, then something bad is going to happen, which is not true. Then there is another thing they say that when you after oiling your head, you should never hold a mirror in your hand, because if you will do, something bad will happen. Now, here I would like to add that if after oiling your hair, you hold a mirror in your hand, the why this myth was made, why this superstition was made is that if you hold a mirror after oiling your hair, the mirror might slip from your hand and crash on the floor, and there'll be, glass all around which can hurt anybody. So they say that it should not be done, and that is why this myth has been made. And then they say that when a crow crows, then somebody is going to come to your house, which is also not true. It is the crows will crow wherever they are. They will not stop, and they are not a they will not mean, and that should not mean anything. Okay, gold lost is bad, milk spilling is bad. Now, these are things. If spilling of milk is bad, of course, because it is wastage of milk. So, the housewives should be careful when they are boiling milk. It should not spill. And gold, if a person loses gold, it is bad. It is definitely bad because gold is very expensive. If you lose gold, it is not a good thing. But nothing else is there. It is only that you are losing out on something precious. One should not go into that. If your left eye flickers, something bad is going to happen, or if your right eye flickers, something good is going to happen. All these are myths and superstitions, and we should not go into all this, and we should just believe in what we are doing, and it should be correct. That is all I have to say on the myth. Yes, are you satisfied with the myth, Q card?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. You see, it is okay. I have been into making cue cards for many years now. For me, it comes naturally. But whenever I write any cue card, I do keep it in mind that it is 18 to 20-year-old students mostly who are going to speak on those topics. And so I have to make the cue card with them in mind. So whatever they can speak and whatever ideas will relate to them. So that is sometimes I have to think a little, but if I have to speak on my own, I can speak on anything like that. You should try speaking on any topic. Okay. I'll give you an idea how to prepare for new cue cards. You can, on one day, you start speaking on favorites, favorite flower, favorite animal, favorite bird, favorite friend, favorite relative. Okay, and like that favorites. Then next day you can say about any place you visited. Talk about 5 or 10 places. Talk about the same cue card in future tense, a place you would like to visit, a place you have visited in the past tense. Okay. Then talk about your hometown, speak for 1 minute on that. Talk about what you did today, speak for 1 minute on that. Talk about your the most tiring day of your life. You can speak just gather ideas for speaking on such cue cards. An elderly person you admire, your favorite teacher. Okay. You can just work on that. A gift you received, a gift you gave. All these are cue cards which have been seen in the past. And a competition you took part in, a competition you succeeded, a drawing or painting you made, a photograph that you took of yourselves and you like. Okay. A beachside activity you would like to try, you tried. Go every cue card, try to talk on the future tense and in the past tense, like that. A movie you really enjoyed watching, but the story of the movie should come in the present tense. Okay? So this is how you speak the cue cards on. Just start speaking. Try to go on for 2 minutes. Try to time yourself. Don't think of very flowery beginnings, because when you start thinking of flowery beginnings of any cue card or any essay for that matter, you waste precious time. Okay? Just begin naturally. Just talk on the topic that you get. Okay? Your favorite pet animal, your favorite wild animal, anything.
Okay, ma'am.
So today it was a nice class on the whole, although only 2, 3 students spoke. But I think you still have gained something from the speaking topics. And and read aloud is the carry home message. Read aloud for every day for 15, 20 minutes. Okay? All right. Bye.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much.